Hi, everyone. My name is Oladele, and I'm with the African Cancer Support Group. I am the co-founder and also the executive director. Today, we are talking about cancer in the African community. My guest today is Palaza. She is a cancer survivor, and she's going to tell us her journey. So, Palaza, good afternoon.
Hello, Sister Inka.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, and it is my privilege to be here. I'm really happy that you invited me.
Thank you. Can you tell us about yourself?
Okay. All right. My name is Palaza Ndlovu, and I was diagnosed with cervical cancer 2022. On the 26th of May is when they find out that I had cancer. So that was, my world was ended. It was ending. Like I felt like this is the end of me. But I composed myself when the doctor was telling me. He said, "Oh, you have cancer." And then he expected me to cry. He expected me to be angry, but I was numb. I just was like, only my tears came out, and I guess that's what they call denial, because I was in denial. I didn't believe it would be happening to me. And especially when I thought cancer to me wasn't our African disease. All of us, we thought, when we talk to the people of color, of the whites, we would say, in African, we don't have cancer. So it never occurred. None of my family members had cancer, so I didn't believe it. So the doctor said, "Okay, now we're going to refer you to the specialist." So they referred me to Tom Baker. And to Tom Baker, when I went there, the first thing they did was to look for a main doctor that will be looking after me. But it was fully booked. But they said this was really something serious. They needed it right away. And within a week, they called me back. They said, "Yeah, we found someone to take you." So I went there, but still I didn't believe. So I went with my daughter. My daughter is 27 and my son is 8. And I skipped some of the information when I got that. Having an 8-year-old and you going through, he was 7 then when they told me. I was like, I'm going to die. Who's going to look after my son? I called my younger sister, Monica. She's in England. She was the one that I used to call every hour, and I would be telling her anything that I remember. You should look after my son. Jabu, you should do this for him. You should fight for my son. And my sister was, "What if your husband doesn't allow me to take you?" I said, "No, I'll make sure that I write that," because I was really dying. My thought. So this was my wish. Or a wish list, that I'm dying and I want you, my sister, to take care of my son and take him to England. So I even started writing my will. I said, I don't have money at the moment because things do happen when you don't have anything, no preparations. So I had my book. I still have it now. So I started writing what I wanted for my kids, especially my son. All that is now on the side. It was before when I was denying and I was ready to die, and I never talked to anyone. And actually, when you hear about cancer, you don't even care to know what's happening in the world.
Yes.
But once I was told, everything was coming to me. So I went for the first appointment with the doctor. It was like, you need to bring your family members, and it's about 3 hours. So those 3 hours, I was with my daughter. We had questions. They told me, and I said, is there another way that this is just a lie? I don't have a cancer. They said, no, we don't want to phone you. You have cancer. But we don't know exactly what's the name of your cancer. We only know that it's a cervical cancer, but it should detect and give us a specific name for it.
Wow.
So it didn't. Actually, I took it that way and I stayed like that and waited for the lots of tests that they'd assigned me to do. The PET CT scan, the MRI, and there was a particular one that they wanted to do again. That was the anesthesia, the biopsy, but they had to make me sleep because they couldn't really get it from me. They felt I was in a lot of pain.
Oh.
Yeah. So at that time when I was waiting, I wanted to pray. Every time I would kneel down, I won't talk to God. But I thank God that because we are Christians, that was the only thing that came first. But that night when I was thinking who can help me to pray, I had another lady by the name Grace who had taken me the photos for my 50th birthday. So she had told me that her husband was a pastor. So that night, for no reason, it was 1 a.m. I can remember. I couldn't sleep. So I texted, I said, hi, sis. She said, she wasn't my friend, but I just thought if someone is talking about prayer, they would answer. And so I said, hi, sis. She responded. I said, 1 a.m., someone is awake. I thought I was the only one awake. I said, I have cancer. That's all I said. And then she responded, it is well. So that lady is the one who, that day she said, I don't know if you would like me to introduce you to the other group that I know, the African Cancer Support Group. She's the one who said, I'll give you the information tomorrow. I'll first of all tell the lady. And she was talking about you. I thank God for that day, because my journey was really easy because of that. My story was different from that time. So the next morning, this lady is amazing. What am I talking about, Yinka? So right away, she's the one before I called her. She's the one who called me and introduced herself and asked me what my cancer was. I told her I had cervical cancer, and she said, what is it? Like, she wanted to know more about it. And then I told her, they haven't told me. I was like angry. Like, why is she asking me anyway? I don't even know the cancer that they told me they don't know. So I said, I don't know. She says, oh, that's strange. That's what she commented. I remember that.
Yes, I know. Like, usually when they introduce people to us, we call just to familiarize ourselves, just to say, oh, how are you doing? And also to calm the people. Because some people, when they hear that they have cancer, the emotions will be so high. And that is why we first of all introduce that my name is so and so. What kind of cancer do you have? Like you say, you don't know. I'm like, okay, so if you don't know, what are we dealing with here? And still, we also put humor in it, because my husband has gone through cancer diagnosis, and I know how it felt. People are in denial and forced that, no, it cannot be me, no way. It's before a Christian, be like, I reject it in Jesus' name. Meanwhile, this thing is real. We just need to deal with it, right? So, Palaza, you said you joined the African Cancer Support Group, but before we go into that, can you tell us the emotion that came on you and your family, right, during your diagnosis, your treatments? Please.
Okay. Yeah, so when we at the Tom Baker with my daughter, I don't know, she didn't show all the emotions, but I think she needs counseling, because I think the way she took it, because she didn't want to be with me most of the time. Like, she ended up telling my friend that I feel my mom is going to die, so I don't want to spend time with her. I want to know her the way she was, a happy person, not this person with cancer. And then when I got home, I managed to tell my son I have cancer. And the most important part with my son, it is he was going to a day home with another little girl who was 9 then, and she had cancer, but I didn't know what kind it was. And she passed on. So their culture, they invited my son. And I didn't know if I was doing right. I only asked the teacher if it was okay for him to go to that funeral. And he did. So when he heard that I had cancer, he asked me, "Mom, are you going to die like Princess?" I said, "Everyone's story is different, son. Mom is going to fight. I'll fight for you. I'll fight for the family." He would come to me. He wanted to sleep by my side all the time. He had his own bedroom, but he chose to be with me, and he would say a little prayer every night. It was one sentence prayer, and he would say, "God, I'm praying for Mom to get better. If Mom has to die, I want her to die, not a painful death." And I said, "No, I'm not going to die." "Oh, no." He says, "Mom, I don't know." Because sometimes when I'm crying, I used to scream when I am in a lot of pain in the bathroom, and he will be knocking, "Mom, are you okay? Can you tell me what is happening to you?" I said, "I'm going to be okay." He says, "It doesn't look like you're getting better." That's a 7-year-old. So it used to break my heart. And I think for sure that was the thing that kept me going, because I thought of him, and I thought of him without a mother. I was the breadwinner. He's dead. He's a chronic kidney cancer, kidney patient. So he goes for dialysis, and I was the breadwinner, goes to work, strong somebody, everything. So that alone gave me courage to keep on going.
Wow.
My mom, I did tell her I had cancer, which I don't know if it was a good thing.
It's okay.
Because my mom, I don't know, mothers, our African mothers, just like this cancer, they don't show their emotions. So my mom didn't show her emotions towards what I was going through. But she, for what showed me that she really was in this, because my mom never really wanted to come to Canada. But when I told her I had cancer, she said, "I want to come there and spend as much time as I can until you feel better." So we were working towards that. But unfortunately, my mom, through my journey, I lost my mom. I lost everything. That's why at times you don't even care the way how you look, because you know it's all about.
It's okay. It's okay to let it out.
And
It's like I told you, it's okay to let it out. Let's let out the emotion. We should not allow the emotion to stay in. Let it out.
so a lot happened through my journey. I needed support at that time from my family. Yes, I had parents who were there for me, but I had a lot of challenges again, because maybe people are in denial when you are a strong being. They don't think that one day you will need their help.
Yes.
So I didn't get that support from my immediate people who I lived with. which I ended up having support again from the African Cancer Council support group by giving me a wonderful, prayerful, God-fearing counselor, Sister Nika, who helped me through that. And that support made me stronger. It gave me hope. It gave me faith that I'll get over it. And knowing that she also was a cancer survivor, it made me move on with my life. And I thank God above all that there was no single day that I couldn't take a shower by myself. There's no a single day that I couldn't eat by myself, with myself. And after all, I got all the support. Could it be financial, food from the support group? And this was the only support group that I had. Maybe I didn't look around, but I was satisfied with what I got from this group.
Wow. So the other time you mentioned that the doctor was saying maybe your cancer came back. How did you go through that?
So I was going through, I can't remember which campaign. I faced my mom passing away, or I think it was before my mom passed away. And then I think maybe I told her again that they said my cancer is back. So it wasn't even like it's back, but they said you need further treatment. Because when I was talking with other cancer survivors, did you guys have to repeat the treatment? They said no, I did only once, and they told me I was okay, no more cancer. So my situation was different. My mind started bringing back all the answers that you had asked me earlier. What kind of cancer do you have? So I went back and I looked back. I said, my oncologist didn't get to know exactly which cancer did I have. He only knew that it was a cervical cancer, but what type, they didn't know. So my treatment was just based on any other. They just had to take any treatment and give it to me. But I thank God that treatment and prayers, it did something, because it stopped all the symptoms that I had concerning my cancer. So when they told me I was shot, and I told my mom I might be going back for chemo and radiation, and that really broke me, because it's a brutal. I think all cancers are different. So ours include the brachytherapy, whereby you're admitted for 2 nights in hospital. You lie on your back. You eat lying on your back. They stop your bowel movements. You have a catheter on, and they tell you, because of the, what do you call that? The one for the ladies when they get the epidural.
Okay.
So I had the epidural.
Wow.
So the epidural, if you move, you could be paralyzed.
Wow.
So when I was during that, it was so brutal. I would be having nightmares, myself moving, and then I'll call the nurses. Nurses, did I move? They say, no, you didn't move, because I'm afraid
To be paralyzed.
So thinking of all that, when they told me that the cancer the tumor is still there, you might need some more of that treatment, I was really devastated. But I thank God they did my MRI on the 20th of December. And then when I came back from my mom's burial, they told me they couldn't find the results from the MRI.
Yes, I know. When you called me and you told me that no cancer, I'm like, wow. It's like I was jumping. Right? Wow.
So I did another second one, because they said they couldn't find the first one. I don't know. So eventually when they called me to come to the office for the results, they said, we found both the MRIs, and it shows that the The tumor did shrink a little bit. We don't know how. They didn't tell me what size now, because at first it was 6 centimeters. And then they said, so the MRI, both of them, they said, you are cancer-free. I wasn't happy. I was like, I was confused.
I know when you called me, say, you're cancer, I thought you were going to jump me. I was jumping, I was happy.
For me, I'm like, I don't understand, because I am afraid, is it true? Then I said, what does that mean? He says, it means you don't need any treatment. Still, I was like, oh, okay. So that doctor saw that I had doubt in me. He said, okay, let's just do another exam on you. So they did found the tumor, like as the MRI was saying, and then they did take the biopsy again. So that was on Thursday. On Friday, they called me early in the morning. I was like, the oncologist, maybe it's back. You know, you don't believe. The good news sometimes is too good to be true. So he called again. He says, I know you didn't sleep. You're thinking of that tumor that we still found, but you should be celebrating. There's no cancer, it's benign, and it's non-cancerous, but we will keep on monitoring on it if it's not getting any bigger or what is happening.
Wow.
So to God be the glory. I was really like, I don't know where to start celebrating, but I start sharing little by little. I didn't even share it to the group yet.
Don't worry, you will share it to the group. So for the benefit of those that will be listening or that are watching, can you tell us the symptoms, what you felt, how you got to know that you're having like problem that made you to go to the doctor? So if you can share some of the symptoms and signs that people should watch out for, especially when it has to do with cervical cancer. What did you experience?
Okay, out there, just what I would say is, I don't know, it has been maybe 2 years ago when I did experience like when I was having sexual intercourse. It was painful. And sometimes I just thought that maybe it's because I'm not into it, because sometimes ladies, you just giving you that when you're really not ready, your body is not ready. So I feel like it's really painful. That's one symptom that I experienced on mine. And then it will be, you get some blood.
Okay, like a discharge, blood discharge.
And then to me, as a nurse, I was thinking that if your body is not ready for that, maybe it's too much on it. That's why you're getting that kind of blood. But those were the signs. I should have known about it. So if you see anything like that, if you experience pain during sexual intercourse, you should see your doctor. If you see any blood spots or anything, when you know that it's not your monthly period, or because it happens on anyone, you should be aware that it's a sign of something. And another huge one, when it started, I used to go every year. Because of my age, I would go for my pap smear every day. But because of the COVID time, so that's why I think I took about 3 years without going for my pap smear. So with all that being said, ladies out there, I encourage you to go for your test. Is like, even if your doctor forgets, you will remind the doctor that I haven't had my pap smear, I have to do that. So I only discovered when I did my pap smear, it came up normal. But that to me didn't say anything, because I had some abnormalities before and it would be okay later. But this time when I came back from Africa, I started bleeding and it was non-stop. Yet I was on my menopause. So yeah, the bleeding is another one. When you're bleeding, don't take it out like it's just bleeding. Just go to your doctor and get checked and follow up. And if you feel your doctor is reluctant about it, take a second chance, a second opinion from another doctor, and keep on looking for that.
Wow, thank you. I have 2 or 3 more questions for you. The first one is, we've heard that there are few inequities or racism in our healthcare. system. I just want you to let us know, did you experience any during the course of your diagnosis, treatment, and even up till now? Did you experience any inequities in your diagnosis or any racism? Maybe your healthcare provider or just any during this your journey?
Sure. Yeah. I didn't believe there was anything like that out there because I work in a nursing home. But during my experience, during this journey, I felt there was, especially on the social work part, I kind of have a little knowledge of what to expect from a social work, but I didn't get that during my journey. I was the one reaching out to her. I was the one, and I felt like she was closing me out. She didn't give me all the information that I needed to know, all the help. Like if I reach out to you, you should, their system, I don't know if it's the system of the cancer, because when you call, you first of all, somebody else, you get through the secretary and you tell them the reason of your call. So that it prepares the social worker when she comes to you. So she doesn't even give you an open mind for you to ask other questions. She's only attending to what you want us for. So I tried to reach her for many things, and I ended up giving up. And my only hope ended up being with the African support group, because I felt they were not listening to me. And unfortunately also I felt harassed. She wasn't African like me. So yeah, I just felt she only think I don't know what my I can get from there. So I ended up just giving up and just dealing with the African support group that I had.
Wow. Thank you. The other question is, in the African community, it's like a taboo, and that people don't talk about cancer until either it's late or they are dead or something. What can you say to people, one, maybe to get tested, and two, those that are going through it, what would you like to tell them?
Okay, my African sisters, brothers, because we don't talk, I talk of men, they are the West. Because mostly here it's like the cancer that we have discovered that we Africans can suffer is only to deal with ladies, yet men also do have cancer. So all I am saying to you is, I don't know, because that's my personality, I'm an open book. I like sharing. I like sharing with my family, because I had one lady that used to be my tenant. She told me that she didn't even tell her mom until the breast was removed, everything was done, because she didn't want anyone to know about it. None of her family members knew about it. So that alone, I don't think it's fair. If you would die, then nobody would have helped you when you really needed that help, because during this time your journey, you need all the support from your family, from other people, because if I didn't tell anyone, I wouldn't have known this group. I wouldn't have known all other resources that you could get, people coming to give you food, clean your house, do everything. So I would say out there, it is important to share. And sharing also, it's helping somebody else who could be involved in the same situation like you have. Because if I keep it to myself, maybe someone out there is experiencing that and doesn't know it. It's cancer. But if I share and say that person might be saved, I might save 2, 3, 4, 5 people's lives. So share with others. Don't think people will laugh at you, because it is just like any other kind of illness that someone can have.
Thank you. So one of the aims of the African Cancer Support Group is to be able to help and support cancer survivors and cancer patients. One of the things that we do is we allow the survivors to be able to encourage and give words of hope to those that are going through cancer. So if you are out there and you are going through it, our website is scrolling, africancancer.ca. Please reach out. And also, we are, like we said, we are trying to break the wall of silence, the wall of isolation, and the wall of the taboo that is ravaging the African community and making people to die in silence, die alone, and not being able to talk about cancer. So, my dear Palaza, I know you just heard from the doctor that, you are cancer-free. So what is the next chapter? Because those are like chapters that you have written. So what is the next thing that you want to do? How do you want to thrive? Or how do you want to adjust your lifestyle or adjust things, right? So how do you want to thrive?
Yes, I talked about it because my birthday was coming and I said to my siblings, I want to start eating healthy.
Good.
I want to start to exercise. It's kind of something that is hard to do, but yeah, it's doable. And I promised that after my birthday, I'll start. They were laughing at me, but still my birthday was, even yesterday I had a dinner. So I said, no, I'll start on a Monday. And Monday is coming. I'll try to start on a Monday. I am someone who gets committed when I want something. I might be this side, but you'll be shocked that when you see me on the party, I'll be different, because when I commit myself, I really try by all means. So my new me is I'm going to try to lose weight, and then I'll be able to do some of the chores that I won't be able to do. And I promise that I have been helped. I want to help others. I want to get involved in this group and help others wherever I am able to. God will guide me what I'm capable of doing.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming. And like I said, we're going to have a group, not just one-on-one, where everybody will be able to share and talk. And once again, I want to say thank you for coming. And do you have any last word that you want to say to people?
Just one word. I'll repeat again that go to the doctors, get checked all the time. Don't feel you are alone, because there are people out there to help you, and follow all the treatments. And above all, God is your rock. God will always be with you through your journey.
Oh, thank you. Once again, my name is Oladele, and I'm the co-founder of the African Cancer Support Group. And what we do is to support cancer survivors, cancer patients from the African, for people of African origin. You can reach out to us at africancancer.ca, visit our website. And also, if you would like to support, we accept donations, and you get tax receipts with all your donations. This is made possible by people like you trying to fund us, to let us bring out the voice, those voices that are supposed to be silenced. People are helping us to be able to bring out the voice to the limelight, so that people will know that cancer should not be regarded again as a death sentence. So we see you on our next series. Thank you and God bless.